$1,500 a month sent home is $18,000 a year. That number may represent rent, food, medicine, school fees, an urgent repair, and 3 requests nobody planned for. The problem is not generosity. The problem is that 6 different promises can hide inside one transfer total, and the total can expand without anyone deciding where the ceiling is. In the next 8 minutes, we will open one family support case file, separate recurring help from emergencies and projects, and build a ceiling that protects retirement without pretending family obligations are optional or shameful. Start with 3 categories. Base support is recurring and expected, perhaps housing, food, or a parent's regular medicine. An emergency is urgent, unplanned, and time-sensitive. A project has a defined outcome, amount, and finish line, tuition, a procedure, a repair, or documented building work. When all 3 use one transfer lane, the sender cannot tell what is permanent, what should be replenished, and what should end. The recipient may also experience a temporary project amount as a new baseline. So every request gets a category before it gets money. That is not bureaucracy for its own sake. It protects the promise. It also creates better records for exchange rates, fees, amount received, and follow-up if a covered transfer fails or is wrong. Here is the model. Monthly cash after taxes, benefits, and a 5% workplace retirement deferral is $7,500. Local essential bills and debt payments are $4,700. The household directs $1,000 to its own emergency reserve and long-term goals. That leaves $1,800 of decision cash before family support. The existing support pattern is $800 of recurring help, an average $400 of emergencies, and an average $300 of project requests. Total, $1,500 a month. Flexible cash after support, $300. Now restructure the same responsibilities. The base lane is $700. The Family Emergency Sinking Fund receives $250. The project lane receives $150. Total planned support, $1,100. Flexible cash after support, $700. The difference is $400 a month, or $4,800 a year. In this model, that amount remains available for the sender's retirement, true emergencies, additional family help when evidence supports it, or other goals. It is not automatically invested, and it is not a promised saving. The model did not cut family off. It converted averages into lanes. Base support fell by $100, emergencies became a replenished fund instead of a surprise, and projects gained a written ceiling. Another household may choose different numbers. The method is the point. A ceiling is not abandonment. A ceiling is the largest promise the household can keep without hiding another obligation. Without a ceiling, every request is judged from the emotion of that day. With a ceiling, the sender can say what is already committed, what remains in the emergency lane, and which project must wait or replace another project. The conversation matters. Explain the base amount, the date it arrives, what counts as an emergency, and which project evidence is needed. If the ceiling has been reached, the answer may be later: partial support, help from several relatives, direct payment to a verified provider, or no. Those are family decisions, not formulas. A ceiling protects the recipient from a promise that will disappear when the sender burns out. It protects the sender from calling retirement, insurance, or emergency savings selfish after those systems were already agreed. Use 4 lanes. Lane 1 is base support, amount, recipient, purpose, and review date. Lane 2 is the Family Emergency Fund, a fixed monthly contribution, a clear definition of emergency, and a record of each withdrawal. Lane 3 is projects, total budget, evidence, payment stages, and a finish line. Lane 4 is pause and review. When the ceiling is full, no new recurring promise begins until another line ends or the household deliberately changes the ceiling. For each covered remittance, read the exchange rate, fees, expected amount delivered, and delivery date. Keep the receipt. U.S. consumers generally have up to 30 minutes to cancel a covered transfer if it has not already been picked up or deposited, and up to 180 days from the disclosed availability date to report certain errors. Check the provider's notice because coverage and exceptions matter. Review the plan every 3 months or after a job, health, housing, or family change. The review can raise the ceiling, lower it, or move money between lanes. What makes the system honest is not a permanent number. It is a visible decision. The verdict is not to help less. It is to know which promise you are making. Recurring help needs a base. Emergencies need a replenished fund. Projects need an amount and a finish line. The ceiling needs a review rule. When those 4 lanes are visible, generosity can continue without quietly consuming every future dollar. In the model, Structure released $400 a month of decision cash. Another family may release more, less, or nothing. The value is that the arithmetic can finally be discussed. Next, we will follow one of those transfers from pounds to naira and show where the hidden cost sits before the money reaches home.